Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty kind of big news when it comes to major hardware updates coming out to the PlayStation 5 and the brand new accessories for the PlayStation console itself. Now, we've had a little bit of a controversial take these past few days or so for brand new hardware that came out with the PlayStation, and I think a lot of folks are kind of somewhat second guessing what's going on when it comes to the future of the console, when it comes to the future of the integration of other assets they basically have, and of course a lot of other various things that, well, I don't think a lot of folks have been the most happy with in terms of value, in terms of profit, in terms of everything else coming from PlayStation themselves. So we're going to go talk about the fact that actually something maybe really good has now come out over here from official, really higher ups when it comes to PlayStation, and as well, the future of things kind of working maybe a little bit better. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have a bunch of different brand new Best Buy links, all linked down below. They're all the HAL links with the smartwatches, video games, and probably have a few more different links coming out in the near future for the holiday season. And as well, I always want to keep on saying we'll probably have a nice little maybe giveaway or something special for you guys in honor of us even having that ongoing, so make sure you guys are on the lookout for that one. And of course, like I said, we have the Twitter and Twitch. If you guys want to follow on up, let's go dive on into the video itself. So really kind of big news came out as of today, or basically like a really big VP has come out and stated some brand new technology is going to be changing the game. Now, we've had a little bit of a controversial thing. So first and foremost, like recap, it is all kind of relevant towards this video, where as of right these past few weeks / months, the PlayStation 5 has gone ham when it comes to cloud gaming, when it comes to hosting. They have set up, I think it was 31 big major data centers, and essentially trying to go and make that next big jump towards like cloud gaming, cloud hosting, cloud streaming, and everything else when it comes to games as a whole. The PlayStation 5 cloud streaming launches this month for PlayStation Plus premium members. Now, this has been big, and this was a little bit ago, but this is like really relevant because this is a huge change up and kind of somewhat competing with the likes of like Amazon Luna, old school Google Stadia, Game Pass, which is kind of also trying to push all their cloud streaming into things like PCs or phones or like just whatever it might be into their actual TVs themselves. And it's a big thing. And cloud gaming is probably the next big major hurdle. And it was also a big issue when it came to the Activision acquisition, where Ubisoft had to go and basically get the rights to the Activision streaming, so it wasn't a major monopoly issue. So basically, nice to say that cloud streaming is basically going gung-ho for PlayStation, is going to be a big part of their future, and everything else. But one big drama has been on the PlayStation 5 Portal, or basically the PlayStation Portable, the PSP, basically around 5 at this point, where it was a chance to be utilized and used where it had remote play. Had a chance for the console itself to kind of like, be usable, but it was only through if you had a PlayStation 5, only if you had actually the games themselves, and you're able to go utilize the remote play features. But that one big caveat that everyone was wondering about, and myself included, is why can't you go and have cloud streaming hosted on the console itself? And this is where the good news happens and where the good news pops on out, where we now have this where Zubitech thankfully went and translated, and I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a part by part by this one. Well, the Sony Interactive Entertainment Platform Experience Senior Vice President, that's a mouthful for a title, Hideki Nishino. When the PS5 first launched, I envisioned it having a curve similar to the PS4. However, as you know, due to the pandemic, logistics and procurement have been delayed. The demand has not been met in some cases. Something that's more of like the demand curve itself, where the console basically has that huge star and kind of goes up. You've probably seen graphs and stuff, I hope. Like if not, then you guys should probably go Google some graphs instead of watching this video. Basically saying we are now seeing the results of our efforts to improve internal systems, such as making it possible to purchase parts from multiple different companies. We hope to gain momentum this holiday season, basically from over here, holiday season, and catch up with the number of PS4s from the cumulative shipments from launch for the same period towards the end of the fiscal year. Now, my side note on this one is when it comes to this overall, is that we care a lot about how the system works. We care about the actual program itself working too as well. We want to make sure that they're going to be getting more sales. But how do you basically go and get more sales? You want to have somewhat of a brand new way to work on these different types of internal features, such as the PlayStation 5 portals. And one big thing to note is we're essentially having the confirmation that the PlayStation 5 portal can now potentially, maybe it has like all the built up for it, utilize cloud streaming. Now, let me just go through this statement, kind of a little bit of ramble for it. Regarding the PS5 shipments, of course, there have been some differences due to the supply issues and other factors. However, demand for consoles, dedicated game machines, is overwhelmingly high during the holiday season. In the first place, we had planned to actively expand at this time, and focus on this area has not changed. After 3 years, it's also a time when you become more proficient at using the software, and a number of good software increases. In other words, our prediction that this year's end sales will be basically the key point of the transition from PS4 to PS5 has not changed from the beginning. Now, this is kind of more the intriguing thing over here, too, as well, is that they're talking about the brand new models, and they're talking about all the other various things, too, as well, such as the portal. Now, I'm going to highlight the portal here, too, because it's, like, the bigger part. So, basically, the part one of that, like, why I read that, is that you want to get more reasons for folks to get the console. You want to get more reasons for people to utilize the console. They want to go and keep on having every few years, expanding out the internal software to make it better. And that's kind of what they're going to plan, I believe, on what the portal is. Right now on the portal on launch, they probably had a chance to stall the launch itself, in like basically like in terms of like having all the features, and they're releasing what they have, which was right now just basically a remote play functionality, which people don't like, people don't want to buy, people don't think it's kind of cool. But with the portal itself, with this, that means that they have a chance now to integrate the cloud streaming, which they are saying, and I'll read it in a second, saying that's allowed in the first place. This could be a huge software and hardware shift to make this an awesome product. Because right now, if I can utilize the cloud and not have a game downloaded or not have to have my PS5 actively being around for remote play, this can make this entire $200 product from the PlayStation amazing and awesome and cool, and something I would buy, and I think a lot of people would. So the portal peripheral device that allows you to play PS5 more deeply and for longer. However, the portal is different from what you would call a portable game console. The existence of a dedicated remote play machine that can only be used as a PS5 Plus wireless LAN requires a certain level of IT literacy to use it. So basically, it's not that much, but you do have to know, you have to have the PS5, you have to basically know how to utilize like Bluetooth or set up the remote play and have the app integration. Like, it's not that much, and I'm sure most of us can handle it very easily, but it is a little bit of a learning curve versus just pressing the power button and going. I understand that the portal is kind of an explanatory product. On the other hand, there are many customers who want to play the PS5 on something other than the TV in their living room. So this is like kind of their purpose. You may want to play game content that you do not want your family or children to see, or you may want to play it when you're not in front of the TV. So in your bed or bedroom, or, you know, maybe like I think I've used an example. If you're a parent and you have Coco Melon playing and like you want to go and like play a game as your kids, just watching your kids, we get it. Traditionally, remote play simply involves attaching a PlayStation controller to someone else's display. In both cases, the controller is held in hand, but the display side is different. I don't think it would be a perfect experience to hold it as an integrated device, even if you use separate peripherals. Also, games for PS5 are played with a TV-like screen plus controller. It'd be difficult to see on a small screen. So we have decided to create something with a decent-sized screen that can be held and played with a full set of controllers. And the portal is what we came up with. Visibility, screen size, and a full set of controllers are the main prerequisites. And that's a big thing too as well, is that they're trying to go and say that the remote play is cool, but it's not the biggest feature, but they also have the handheld features as well, which is nice. They're basically trying to go and say that they're hitting on the niche too as well. Now for this, it says, it also means reducing delays. In remote play, the basic method is to connect the controller to your smartphone, etc. via Bluetooth. But Portal uses an internal wired connection. Although negligible, it is advantageous in terms of operational latency, since you only need to consider Wi-Fi latency. There's a great advantage of integration from end to end, which would be really good then for streaming, which is what I believe the technology is available for. On the other hand, it didn't create it based on the mobile gaming PCs that are on the rise these days. Development began long before they were released in the wild, and think like the Lenovo's or the Steam Decks is their case in point. Rather than profitability, we want to increase the amount of time we can play the PS5. If you can play anywhere, I think some people will definitely spend more time playing games in terms of cloud gaming as a host. On the other hand, I still think there is room for consideration regarding the distance between humans and the screen, the visual issues, and there are many possibilities. You can learn a lot from making it. Content-wise, this is a product that we want to think about together with everyone. We're going to receive and learn from customer feedback. Games running on the PS5 require a certain amount of screen and a full set of controllers. We believe that providing this product to devices that cannot meet this quality would be deceiving customers. Honestly, it's easy to check off the feature. However, we would like to proceed with carefully considering whether this is a good idea and whether we can truly provide gameplay without any problems. And I feel like that's kind of their lineup over here, basically stating that they want to go and have a chance to go and use cloud gaming and cloud streaming as a whole onto it, which would make the product really good. In terms of Portal, Remote Play, and the cloud, here's the one I'm going to talk about, are only different in terms of where the server is. And there is no technical problems. We will start with Remote Play and then proceed with verification. So basically, this is that's the line right there. I know it took a little while for us to get to all this with the backlog, but they're basically saying that the cloud is possible. The cloud is there. You can actually utilize this brand new PlayStation 5 cloud streaming on the brand new portal. And although it's like they're basically doing the step by step and they have to work towards it because the software and hardware is there, they had to make sure it's going to be up to the standards of what they want. But this actually would turn this into something I would make a must buy. Now, like a lot of reviews so far have been mediocre. People don't see the purpose on it. And I'm kind of in the same boat. There's a few little niche things, but I will go and say if cloud gaming is possible, and they are saying it is, and there are no technical issues, and they do have the servers for it, and this kind of would make a lot of sense, then guess what? This turns into almost a must-buy for $200 if you already have a PlayStation 5. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We have all the how links as well down below too for all the really cool sales, hashtag ad, and Best Buy partner. But for all that type of stuff, it's cool. Like we have a lot of cool smartphones, etc. And of course, we have the Twitter and Twitch room down below in case you guys want to follow as well.